Hey everyone, for today's comic book quickie, we are going green. I want to talk about Green Arrow and Green Lanterns. And yes, it's lanterns with an S. I kept screwing that up the first few weeks that I bought that book, but we'll get to that in a second. First, Green Arrow. This is the Rebirth one shot. I know, glare, but there you go. I'll just show you a couple covers here. I like the artwork on a lot of these. Some crazy stuff. So Green Arrow, written by, or story by, as it says, Benjamin Percy. And in the three that I just showed you, it has art by Otto Schmidt. And he does some other issues, and there's some other artists on there. I don't know if I mentioned in my first Rebirth video that these books are coming out twice a month. So that's a lot of issues, and artists can't always keep up. So a bunch of different artists on Green Arrow. And what we've got going on here, the first storyline is the life and death of Oliver Queen. Could be the death and life of Oliver Queen, something like that. But in the one shot, we're reintroduced to Oliver Queen, billionaire in Seattle. And the biggest change, I think, in the whole Rebirth thing is that in this, Oliver Queen and Black Canary, Dinah Lance, are meeting for the first time. Now, they have an instant connection. They feel like there's something more because back in the day, I think they've even been married. I'm pretty sure I remember them getting married. But now they're meeting for the first time. And in this first storyline, it's basically it breaks down the character of Oliver Queen / Green Arrow and builds him back up. And I like that kind of story. As I said, it starts out with him as this billionaire, and he's got his company and everything. And his sister, half sister, I think she is. And there's a fox in the hen house, one might say, and things sort of start falling apart. And while all this is going on, the homeless of Seattle are disappearing, and there's a big thing there. So, I don't want to go into all of it, but Green Arrow is a character I've always liked. I wasn't sure I was going to pick up his comic on a regular basis, but after reading the Rebirth one shot, I decided I liked what I was seeing, so I'm picking it up. And the first volume, which should be out, if it's not already out, it'll be out soon. It's The Life and Death of Oliver Queen, or the other way around. And I like it. I like to see characters sort of rebuilt, especially since we've got the whole Rebirth thing going on. Why not do it? Plenty of action, plenty of great characters. I actually think things take off even more after the first storyline. I don't know when the second collected volumes are coming out. We're already up to issue 14 or so, I think, since it does come out twice a month. But I recommend it. I really. Where's that scary looking one? I like Green Arrow. It's a good book. And if you can't find the individual issues, excuse me, go out and pick up the first volume. It's good stuff. So the other green book we have is Green Lanterns. Again, always kind of been a fan of the whole Green Lantern thing. Grew up with Hal Jordan. I liked Kyle Rayner. Guy Gardner had his place. John Stewart's pretty cool. And then you have the whole Green Lantern Corps, all the aliens and stuff. But this book, which is written by Sam Humphries with art by Robson Roca, at least the first few issues, again, comes out twice a month. So I didn't look through all the books to see all the other artists that may be jumping in. But this is the one shot, Rebirth one shot. And it introduced me to two characters I've never seen before. Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. And they are rookie Green Lanterns. They both have plenty of issues. And what happens in this one shot is Hal Jordan. I don't want to give this away because I think it's pretty cool, but Hal Jordan does something that forces Simon and Jessica to work together. They're not a great team, and Hal thinks they really need to connect, and so he does something that absolutely forces them. They have to work together if they're going to be Green Lanterns. So, just a few more covers. There's Jessica Cruz. There's some scary stuff right there. There's Jessica and Simon. And the first storyline here, I believe it's called Red Planet. I could open one of these up and look. But it involves the Red Lanterns. They're seeding the Earth, or trying to seed the Earth and turn it into a red planet, trying to do something horrible. And Jessica and Simon have to work together and stop them, of course. I like these characters. One of the things with these books coming out twice a month, some of the stories seem a little stretched. I don't think it's been too bad with the Green Lanterns or Green Arrow. When I get to a few others in the future, maybe I'll mention some that just kind of seem like they're going on a little too long. I do have one issue with this book, and I mentioned that these characters have problems. They have their issues, and I think they're already being beaten to death with these issues. Jessica, for example, is a bit of an agoraphobe. She's very fearful. I don't know her entire backstory, but she spent like 3 years never even leaving her apartment. And so, of course, she has to overcome this to be a Green Lantern. But we're constantly being reminded of this. And for me, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like we're being reminded of it too much. But that aside, I really like the characters. I like the story, the Red Planet story. I like the Red Lanterns anyway. I mean, you've got a cat who's a Red Lantern, which is just the greatest thing ever. And after that story, there's some other little things, and then we get into the Phantom Ring storyline, which is really cool. I'm not going to go into that. You should check that out. I think the Red Planet will probably be volume 1. Which again, if it's not available right now, it will be available soon. Phantom Ring will probably be, or Phantom Lantern, whatever they're calling it, will probably be the second volume, I assume. So anyway, that's the Green episode, Green Lanterns and Green Arrow. I don't know if I've helped anybody make any type of decision as far as these books go. I recommend both. There's also Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, which I'm not getting. I can't afford everything, and I don't have time to read everything. I had to make a choice, and I thought I'd go with the new characters, the ones that are new to me, and the ones they're on Earth. I mean, I like the cosmic stuff, but I thought I'd stick with Earth for now. And but I read the one shot for Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, and it seemed pretty good. But I can't get everything. So, but check these out. And I guess that's it. If you have any questions or comments, if I'm not clear enough on what the stories are, if there's any information that I'm not covering that you want in these sorts of videos, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I haven't said that in the other Comic Book Quickies videos, but please comment, please like, please share, and please subscribe. That's it, and I'll see you next time.